Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Yeah, I didn't even think what I was doing playing a finishing song for a beginning. So there you go, everybody. Welcome in. We're not finishing the show. We're starting the show. Cheers, fellas.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Hi.
How did your drywall extravaganza go? Yeah,
Whatever.
it always is.
Drywall, carpet, fucking all that good stuff.
Dust and mold and all the crap that lives in the carpet.
Pretty much.
And just about everything there is.
Add some water. You got yourself a nice little bio stew happening.
Right, exactly.
There you go. Bio stew. That'll be the topic for tonight. Everybody put in your... No.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025 edition of Guitarsenal. Of course, I guess we should start by everybody. R.I.P. Ozzy today.
Right.
Any comments in the chat? I see y'all. Should we just go through and do the roll call now before there's too many? What do we got? 46. It's already too late. It's going to be a nightmare.
Hey, everybody.
No, we can just go through it
It's
real
out
quick.
of hand now.
We got first. We got Chris Live. So wait, let me make it bigger so I can see all that. There we go. And we got Cucumber. And then we got me, R.I.P. Legend. Woo. And then we got Earl's there. Earl saw him in 72. Mountain opening with Deep Purple. And then Sabbath. Nice. And we got R2 was there. R.I.P. Ozzy. Darboard. Channel member Chuck C. Channel member Dan Gorman. We got El Barget in the house. Here's El Barget. We got Yostinator showed up. Jimmy Biter was all, what's up? I was like, what's up today? Wayne McConnell, brother, good to see you. Pops is here, was here, could be here, lurking, who knows. Scrolling back, we got Miles. I can see for Miles and Miles all the way to Australia. We got fucking Six Fingered Assault in the house. Cheers, brother. Scotty Brockway. Yay. Channel member Stu Petty. Yay. Greasy Monkey Guitars. John. There you go.
More greasy.
Yeah, coming in more greasy. Correct. Mark Taft is here. Cheers, bro. Oh, I think we already got Christopher Live. So we already got Scotty. We already got Wayne Greasy. Blue Mox in the house. Cheers, brother, man. Good to see you. And Mrs. Mox, or Sugar Tush, as we like to call her. Mitch is here. Cheers, Mitch. Hope you're doing well, brother. Zach Dong. Hey, bro. How's it going? William De Silva. No. Cheers. Good to see you, William. We got Papa Blue. Did we do the little blue thing where you can be like, oh, where the hell is it?
Blue, you're my boy.
I didn't even see it. It's not even over there anymore. What'd you guys do to it? Anyway. Yeah, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is here. Welcome in. Cheers, Tim Thomas is here. Yay! Hey, Stephen Franklin. Cheers, man. Channel members, by the way, most of these people. I mean, if you're not paying attention, that's on you. It's not on me. You got Brian Peterson. Brian
Peterson.
RBO.
Brother Rob.
Matt Stewart. Hello. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the show. Renee Fernandez, one of my newest Facebook buds. Yay. That's a good choice because he plays some cool stuff.
Yeah, he's a great player, that guy.
Brian, speaking of Brian's, we got Searching for Tone. Cheers, man. Good to see you here. Scrolling. Wall of Cries is here. Well, we kind of knew that. And he's going to sleep. And we got the Martian Murray, who's neither Martian nor Murray. Welcome. Can't Drive 55. RIP, the Prince of Darkness, right? The funny thing is, too, if you're paying attention during the show, he says, God bless you all so many times. Which my daughter, that was like one of the first things she picked up on. She's like, how can the Prince of Darkness be saying, God bless you all?
I know. You should be saying, praise hell for Satan.
You got a couple hours? Right? Anyway, Raider Rich is here. Bo's here. Hey, cheers, Bo. Good to see you, man. What's up? You doing, brother? Patrick Trites. Good day, eh?
Hey.
And we've got to be getting close, right? Guitar Pit of Horrors. Hey, welcome in. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Wanted to hang, but something suddenly came up. Looking forward to catching you all next time. God bless. Yeah, God bless you too, man.
3 shots every week to catch us. So no worries.
And then we got No Man's Land. Will be the finale icing on that cake because I can't scroll down anymore. Yay, we made it all the way to the end. Oh, and we gotta wait. There's one last thing we gotta do here. Oh shit! See, if you just keep clicking, it just keeps restarting. You can't just stop it. It would be the channel members. Thank you. Extra special love to all the channel members in the chat, or even not in the chat, for supporting this cause and keeping the lights on in the old OU 812. Clubhouse.
Hucks and strings and things. And
Yeah, Joe Christian, most recent. Right on, man. I mean, if you care to join, that's cool. If you don't, at least just give us a thumbs up in the chat. Maybe, chat a little bit in the comments, subscribe, and
whatever you like.
that stimulates the algorithms and keeps things turning.
And
Take it
doesn't
away,
matter
boys.
if you thumbs down. It doesn't matter. It's all about the interaction.
Indeed.
Well, thanks, Trev.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Can't Drive 55. I saw it.
All right. Well, how many of y'all seen Ozzy?
In live in
Where's
concert
the
a couple
first time you
times.
seen him?
Couple times. First time I didn't see him until a Black Sabbath reunion. Sad to say, I didn't actually go out to any of the Blizzard of Oz's Diaries or any of those Bark at the Moon concerts. It just never came near me. Never had a chance.
I never saw Ozzy.
I think it was outdoors at T-Bird Stadium, John. I think it was around 2000, maybe the late 90s.
Right.
And it was the Black Sabbath during Ozfest reunion. And it was a hootenanny,
Right.
as they tend to have out there at the University of British Columbia,
Yeah.
at the Thunderbird
Sounds
Stadium.
pretentious.
Well, it's
It's just because it's a university. It's just fun.
a pretty well facilitated venue. You got lots of park, because you think of your college football stadium, but maybe 30% of what that is.
Yeah, Canadian sized.
20,000 people maybe in the grass and in the stands.
Yeah.
But the beauty is it's got the raised bank of grass and stuff around where you can just pull up a blank key and sit on the grass instead of having to sit on a stupid hard old bench chair in a bleacher somewhere. But that would have been the
Get to
first time I
see
actually
him,
saw it.
Jimmy?
Yeah, so first time seeing Ozzy was in 2000 in Auburn, Washington at Ozfest. So I went to 4 consecutive Ozfests in Auburn, Washington.
2000.
2004.
Was that Zach or Joe Holmes on guitar?
I really don't remember. I was
I think
too fucked up.
2000 was still. I think 2000 was still Joe Holmes doing all the live stuff.
You seen him, Randy?
Nope. Never got to saw Oz, man.
You know,
Never
what's
got to see
interesting
me.
is that, 25, a quarter of a century ago,
Right.
is when Ozzy was at the microphone, is he was grabbing it, two-handing it, and didn't move except doing the little jump. That was 25 years ago. He was in pretty rough shape back then.
Right.
I mean, and to go another 25 years doing the stuff, I mean, that's called dedication.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he threw in a whole bunch of TV nonsense, reality show stuff. I mean, he just kind of went and hit the media scene wherever it was booming. That's Sharon, of course. Probably just Oz is along for the ride. He's the machine. She's the driver. I mean, as a compliment, Sharon, if you're watching.
Yep. Unfortunately, I never got to see Ozzy. I was too young.
Well, I mean, you say 25 years ago, that's 2000. I mean, think 20 years before that, 1980.
Yeah.
82, I guess, would have been that whole boom, hit the scene hard after Sabbath.
25 years ago, I was only 13, and my mother was not going to let me go to Ozfest at 13, I promise.
No. I guarantee that.
Which fucking sucks, because I think that would have been one of the Pantera Ozfests and shit, too, so...
Right.
So, yeah, never got to see Ozzy, never got to see Dime.
Same. Yeah. I missed him.
Diamond
So-
a few times.
But, Ozzy's solo career had more of an impact on me in
Black Sabbath?
from the guitar player standpoint. I mean, fucking A, you hear Crazy Train at fucking 11 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, Diary of a Madman. That one
That-
was like the one that hooked me to his solo
Yeah.
career.
And Crazy Train, I think, was, if I'm not mistaken, was the first song I learned all the way through with the lead fills and the solo.
Right.
I actually, I think it was 8th grade. That's actually what I did for the 8th grade talent show in fucking school. I did Crazy Train. I won,
Of course.
but because I did the 7th grade when I was in 7th grade, I did the one then, and I think I played like fucking Enter Sandman or something with no lead parts, and then did not win. So, but yeah, I did Crazy. Hillary was there. Fucking Hillary was there.
There we go. Awesome.
Hey, cheers, Arky's here too, and Way Up Dude. Don't give him a shout out.
3,000 watching.
How many? 83.
53,000.
Right on. We got a party. Mean Joe McGraw's here. Right on.
So we should probably go through, because we're all different exposure. Like, what was your first exposure to Ozzy?
It had to be
We'll
Sabbath.
start with Randy, because he's the youngest, right?
It was Black Sabbath, because Sabbath got played on the former Atlanta radio station, 96 Rock, a lot. I remember hearing Paranoid and Iron Man and NIB and fucking Fairies Wear Boots, and, all the classic Sabbath stuff, but I never really associated it as Ozzy
Right.
until when I kind of started playing guitar. I was, I'm a big Atlanta Braves fan, and Chipper Jones, Crazy Train was his walkout song. When he would go up to the plate to bat, they would play the Crazy Train riff. And I just thought that was one of the coolest riffs I'd ever heard. And then when I started playing guitar, I had to learn it. And fuck you, Sharon Osbourne, because we can't play any Ozzy riffs without you collecting on it. You don't need funeral money. Fuck you. But yeah, I don't know. That was probably my earliest exposure to Ozzy that I can remember is hearing Black Sabbath on 96 Rock. I thought Paranoid was probably at that point, being a kid, Paranoid was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then I, as a teenager, I got into the solo stuff, dove hardcore into Blizzard and Diary,
Right.
and kind of stayed there. And then I guess it would have been the No More Tears album after that I kind of dove in. I kind of missed the whole Jake thing until probably I was probably in my 20s before I really latched on to Jake. I'm like, that's the dude.
That was my initial, was like Shot in the Dark era type stuff.
Right.
Like, who is this guy? Come on. Then it kind of went forwards and backwards for me.
Is that it?
My first exposure to Ozzy and Black Sabbath was basically MTV.
It's interesting. Like for me, it was different because I'm old enough that my buddies' older sisters and brothers had these albums, and it'd bring in the kids to freak them out, kind of thing, right, or whatever. Probably give you a joint and maybe go buy you booze if you're lucky. But that was a big part of how I was exposed to a lot of that early Judas Priest, the Breaking the Law, and the Iron Maidens, and the AC/DCs, and all that stuff. And that's when I kind of hit the Ozzy button. And then just kind of getting in there when Randy passed away. And then the next thing you know, there was Bark at the Moon. And the Bark at the Moon was a pretty regular play in circulation at the time, back circa 83 or 84, whenever it came out.
Yeah. We did an awful lot of listening to the live Ozzy with...
But he's always been a
tribute
performer.
album?
You knew you were always going to get a good fucking stage show. Yeah, Trujillo, definitely. He's good. I mean, I imagine they had a moment for sure, because they...
Right.
Been playing a lot. But you could see in Zach's face when Zach finished that last little bit when they were playing. He kind of walked up to Oz and was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Ah." He kind of had, and Zach holds him in pretty high regard, and as a POTUS, if you will.
Yeah.
Definitely a moment there, and that's it. It was such a storybook ending, really. I should wish for the same kind of thing where I can, 2 weeks before I croak dead, we can have a fucking 12-hour stream where we just sit here and share and be damned, play Ozzy Osbourne riffs. So be it. That'd be great to be able to say goodbye to the fans, the people that streamed all over the world. I still got it. Still plays. 3 weeks later, everything wants an update, but it ain't gonna happen. I'm still playing it.
There's a good question. Why doesn't Gus G get any respect as Ozzy's guitarist like the 2 to 3 others? Because, and it's no offense or no slagging Gus, he didn't play on anything that was relevant.
There you go. No traction.
I mean, unfortunately, that's the truth of it. If you want to go down that road, why did Ozzy record Osmosis with Zach instead of Joe Holmes? Joe Holmes had been playing all the live stuff with him for the last 2 years before they did that album. He did the Osmosis tour. He's got writing credits on Down to Earth on 2 or 3 tracks, and they're probably the best tracks on that album. So, the album that Gus played on was just kind of meh. I think by that point, too, I think everybody was so used to seeing Ozzy with Zach.
Yeah.
And there was...
a fixture, right?
Right. I mean, there was some bad blood there between Ozzy and Zach for a little bit with that during that whole Gus G period. Because when the talks came up to do that album, Zach was ready to go.
Right.
He got the fucking call from Sharon saying, "We're going to use this Gus G guy." And Zach was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll go fuck myself then." But he knew. I mean, Zach knew how that operated. And he never let it, I don't think he ever really let it affect his relationship with Ozzy. So.
Yeah. It was always a Sharon versus Zach thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a lot of that.
And Scott says no one remembers Joe Holmes at all. And that's a fucking shame because technically proficient guys, I think, and I know you'll crucify me for saying this, Scott, but I think the technically proficient players he's had, I think Joe was the best of all of them. And Joe was a student of Randy Rhoads.
Right.
Joe could play the Randy stuff and sound like Randy. Joe could play the Jake stuff and sound like Jake. You know, that
Total
dude's,
master.
and I will totally, you know, I'll rep him again. I've said it on the show a few times. If you haven't heard his Pharmacos record he put out probably 10 years ago, and he's dropped 4 new tracks this year,
Right.
you're missing out because they're fucking great.
Yeah, it was weird, like, because we had when I was growing up, we had like the party group that we hung out with, and that was like the Randy live album. That was a soundtrack with Master of Puppets and those albums as they came out. But I like once I heard Jake, I was like, oh boy, this guy's something special to me.
Yep. Yeah, Scott. I mean, that's his thing. The wild vibrato and the constant pinch harmonics.
That's his thing, though, right?
Exactly.
That
He
makes
did
that
a,
exact.
I mean, he did his best work with Ozzy that particular night during the Back to the Beginning concert. The Pantera thing was a bit of controversy over, but he did a couple of their appearances, didn't he?
Who got kicked from the last show?
No. You gotta almost wonder if it's, well, who we all think it is. You gotta have some remorse at this point.
How the fuck is Bent Tom alive and not Ozzy? I'm just. It was supposed to be Quentin, damn it.
Well, the big thing you see on the Instagram is Keith Richards is not even in this equation.
Yeah, that was the meme I
Right.
shared with y'all. The
claw machine.
Death playing the claw machine. God damn it. Ozzy Osbourne. Is Keith Richards even in this fucking thing?
Nope.
Yeah, the claw. Yeah.
He built the fucking game.
Yep.
So. Yeah, and Scott brings up Brad Gillis.
Right?
I mean, fucking A. I mean, when Randy died, he had what, Bernie Torme for what, 2 weeks, and then Brad Gillis fucking stepped in there and handled it. Did the Speak of the Devil Sabbath covers album. So we can go
Wonder
on
how-
about Ozzy's guitar players forever, but
I was wondering why Tommy Aldridge wasn't mixed into the soup somewhat there. I mean, he spent a good part of his career playing for Oz. I saw Aldridge, but he was playing for Whitesnake at the time. He's still one of the best drum players I've ever seen.
dude, and he's fucking 75. Did you see his Drumeo stuff he did?
Oh yeah, he is the living incarnate of Animal from the Muppets.
It's funny, man. He looks so
fucking hairy.
he looks so stiff while he's playing, but he's just fucking killer.
Right?
Very powerful player. Plays with a lot of power.
Hits them skins.
Yep. He's another one of those drummers from that era that's played with fucking everybody that everybody forgets about.
Like Rudy, right?
Yeah. I mean, fucking Rudy's played with Ozzy and everybody else.
Yep.
So. Yeah, it's pretty shitty that Ozzy died, but I mean, fucking A, man. The guy was a legend. He lived his life, and like you said, Trev, he went out on top.
Yeah, he didn't get hit with a bullet, a car, an airplane, a helicopter. It wasn't unexpected. You know, if you watch the show and you're looking at him, again, I was surprised. And there's the over-under for is he going to make it through the show? And there's a couple times where you're like, oh, Jesus, hang on there, buds. Hang on there. Dig in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they had him hyped up for that show. Like, he's probably all, I got to put the pedal to the metal and bury it to
Probably
the fucking floor.
Same drugs they used to juice Biden up, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see. I mean, I've went back and watched a bunch of clips from that, and you could just tell how bad he wanted to get out of that
I
fucking
think he was
chair.
strapped in with like an airplane fucking seatbelt, Randy.
Probably.
Because a couple times he looked like he was coming right out and it got something pulled him back in. And I bet in his in-ears, Sharon had a fucking mic, right? Sit your fucking ass down, oh, man.
Nag to the end.
But I mean, the whole time he had that little table beside him.
Yep.
Bottle of water, he's got the tea, he's got an inhaler, he's got fucking snorty little histamines, antihistamines, and if you're paying attention, you can see it. He went pedal to the metal, full out. Got to say goodbye. Love everybody. 2 weeks to finish shit up, and then the Grim Reaper just walked out of the house. Like, all right, that's the end of it. Finished where it started.
Yep. But like, kind of like Joe McGraw says, I mean, who the fuck thought Ozzy was going to live this long anyway? I mean, Ozzy himself Ozzy himself said he should have been dead 40 years ago.
Exactly. Just through the early Black Sabbath years, let alone the whole Motley Crue tour, Ozzy, that whole 80s, right? That 82 to 88 was quite a scene.
Right. Oh, hell, even when Metallica was out with them on the Ultimate Sin tour, you know, they were, I think Kirk's told the stories of, you know, I guess that was the tour where he had just got out of Betty Ford or something.
Right. So
And
rehab.
so Sharon was all, you cannot let him drink. Do not give, I know y'all are called Alcoholica, but do not give Ozzy any fucking alcohol.
Right.
And they stopped it. They were all
First
like,
gas station they
right. So like, you know, they were all nervous around him if they hide your beers, you know, and they stopped at a truck stop or whatever. And all of them went in except for Cliff. And Ozzy comes on Metallica's bus, and it's just Cliff in there fucking chilling. First thing Ozzy says, you got any beer? And Cliff's like, yeah, it's in the fridge, man. And I think Kirk said, he's like, yeah, we come out of the truck stop. Like, we were in there like 30, 40 minutes. We come out there, and Ozzy's already fucking shit-housed hammered, and Cliff's just sitting there dying, laughing. And we're like, oh, my God, we're going to get kicked off this fucking tour.
Right? That's rock and roll for you, baby.
The snorting ants, you know.
Yeah.
Did they ever confirm the Tommy Lee story where Ozzy was out there licking up Nikki Sixx's urine?
Yes, yeah. I don't know.
It was a crazy time, man. It was a crazy, crazy time. But he was on the top of the game at the time. I mean, that mid-'80s, early mid-'80s, Ozzy was in the throne. Not that he was ever out of the throne, but he was one of the guys that everybody in every band was like, okay, he was in Black Sabbath. They created our genre,
Yeah.
and now he's an absolute maniac. Yeah, if you throw him a bat, he's going to think it's a prop, and he's going to bite the head off.
Let's not forget about his cameo where he saved the day in Little Nicky.
Right? Well, for sure. Dimebag. And there's one, you know, could you imagine it, if Dime knew 2 weeks ahead of time and had a chance to say goodbye?
Right.
Nope, that one was snuffed right out underneath us. Nobody fucking just walked up and what?
Ozzy snorts ants. Can't drive 55.
You gotta watch that. It's the Motley Crue documentary, right? With the Game of Thrones guy. Taking on vacation, on time off. It sounds like he's in a canoe or a kayak or something. Watching the sunset.
Right?
It's got to be dark there by now.
Is it dark there, Randy?
It's dark here, yeah.
He's probably.
Did you see
somewhere having a burger and a beer.
fucking Sova brings up the Alamo, Ozzy pissing on the Alamo. Did you see
right.
that the actual, I guess the social media pages for the Alamo Museum fucking posted an in memoriam post for Ozzy?
Wow. A part of their history. Really.
Let's not forget, he was also wearing one of Sharon's dresses when he pissed on the Alamo.
Right? Just pedal to the metal.
On it.
So,
I don't know, Joe. I don't know why someone would shoot.
So you still got Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, and apparently Bill Ward ready to play. Who's going to be the next singer for Black Sabbath? Gillian?
Tony Martin still alive?
Coverdale? Whoa.
And Glenn
I don't
Hughes is
think
still kicking it.
Coverdale's far behind him, to be honest with you. I think he's
I know.
doing so great.
Out of all the people that sung in all the bands, Dio was my second favorite Black Sabbath singer. Just love me some of that live evil.
Yep.
Now, did Dio and Ozzy get along, or were they like the art tribal kind of shit?
Yep.
I never looked into that.
Scotty brings up a point that Ozzy got pardoned by the mayor of San Antonio when him and Jack were doing the road trip show.
Right. See, again, he had that whole reality TV experience that probably bought a couple boats and an expansion for the guest house, maybe.
Right.
There you go.
I mean, fucking A. I mean, he created it.
Yeah. Yeah. Dimebag embraced it.
Chip pioneered it.
I see your fucking hands out there.
Bitch Malloy looking at that Sabbath opening. Nobody gives a fuck about Mitch Malloy.
I don't think so either.
You know, I've only watched a couple episodes of that, but it seemed pretty cool.
Oh, command add this. For fall sweeps.
Yeah, there you go. What if Jay's got any Ozzy stories? He did what? They were what? Ozfest 05?
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some.
I don't know. By that point, they pretty much had him under lock and key.
Yeah. Not a Dawkins tune.
I'm a big fan of the watermelon, Randy. I'm just saying.
I don't like.
I don't know why I spent so long being opposed to any kind of flavored Red Bulls, because the tropical will do in a pinch, but the fucking watermelon's on point.
I'm not a fan of watermelon flavored things.
On principle.
They don't. It doesn't. It doesn't taste like watermelon.
Well, it does
I
not,
like-
but it tastes like Hubba Bubba from when I was like 13, riding my BMX bike over to play Stinky Finger while my girlfriend was babysitting.
I like the actual watermelon. I don't like watermelon flavored things because it never tastes like watermelon. So,
Fair enough.
have you ever tried? Yeah, I've played them. I hate them. They've got a super fucking V-neck, and no, me and V-necks. It's not like like an old Fender soft V where it's more of a D shape or U shape. They're a pretty hard V shaped neck, and I just cannot play the V shaped necks.
Let alone try to put that guitar case in any vehicle short of a hearse.
Yeah. Can't do the MLs. I'm not a huge flying V guy either. Now I can get down with an Explorer, but it's got to be the right one. Like Wall of Cries has an ESP, one of the black metal EXs, and it is not comfortable for me to play at all. But if you go grab a Gibson Explorer, I can play one of those. And
Does the
Relatively
ESP have
easy.
the 16 to 12 compound?
no, I think it's just a 12.
Is it 12 all across? Well, there you go.
It's the way the body shape is. There's not much wood here between the
Her waist
edge of
is
the
too
body,
thin? Yeah.
the edge of the body and the string. So your arm doesn't fit it right when you're used to playing strats. So you've got to kind of get your arm cocked back here on the body to play them. I played one of those the inspired by Gibson Epiphone, the 57 Carina Explorers up there in Chattanooga. And it actually, aside from it having Spreadfrout really bad, that guitar actually sounded and played really well. I think they're like $1,300 or something. So, but yeah, I can't do the MLs, man. They're,
Right
If I
motivation.
had my choice, I don't know if I'd go with the Dime Slime or the Bolt. That would be probably my. But I haven't played either, so I can't even. We can pick it up and be like, "Ew, yuck, I don't like it either." But as far as desires go,
got Chris
Hill.
Rip Ozzy. The legend.
No, we can't play even Sabbath songs because Sharon has power in that. Isn't that all?
I don't
Tony's?
think she does have anything to do with Sabbath
That's
stuff.
Tony's camp.
So I just know if you get more than about 8 seconds of a Ozzy song on there. It's like flagged,
Can we go for 7.25 seconds then, maybe?
flagged.
Let's give it a shot, man.
That's why I've watched a couple of clips of people playing tribute on here this afternoon, and they all played Sabbath riffs and not Ozzy stuff. Except for like the Crazy Train intro, because I think that fucking song's out for licensing
That's like
use
Merry
for
Christmas at
everyone.
this point.
You know, it used to say no stairway in guitar shops, and now it's like no Inner Sandman, no Crazy Train.
No smoke on the water.
So,
Yeah, but there's probably enough chatter in the background that throws the algorithm off, unless you're
Right.
isolating it, and in which case it doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean, you might be just getting away with it, so be careful. But did you see Beato playing the Eagles yesterday?
No, it's not.
He's talking about fight the good fight. Yeah, Beato's like, he's been busy with the professor at Rock the last week talking about, you know,
Fair use.
fair use and being allowed to do stuff and this and that. And then the other day he comes out and he does the Eagles song, which I think he had permission from because he's buddies with the writer of the song, Peter. What's his name? Right. That's a pretty good watch.
I
When we're
think
done
that-
here, you guys go look that up.
The Eagles' problem is Colonel Sanders / Don Henley.
Henley, indeed, Colonel Henley. What? But he didn't. Nothing came in and nothing hit it. And I watched it yesterday, and I think it was a day and a half old. So he obviously got his dogs and his cats, dogs, chickens, penguins in a row. I don't know.
Well, either that or Henley gave his team of attorneys who do nothing but scour the internet for
Well, the
for
word on
that
the
kind
street
of
is-
crap. He must have gave him the day off.
Sometime in the last few months, the algorithm got an extra little AI
Sammy,
observer.
he does and he doesn't. He tends to avoid.
Well, you know the ones, right? You can't do the Beatles, you can't do the Eagles, you can't do the fucking. There's a lot of bands that all.
Judas Priest will get you shut down
Hendrix,
real quick. Ask
right?
Charles Green.
Hendrix.
Yep, Hendrix will get you shut down. So,
But if you're doing fair use, now when Rick was doing his video, he didn't play more than 12, 15 seconds of a song at a time, maybe even 20 seconds. And then he'd stop it and he'd break it down. And he's writing music theory out on a whiteboard and he's showing it on an acoustic guitar. So is that what enables it to be the free use? Because now it's a lesson, it's not playing the song for money. I don't know. Maybe we could be on a precipice, which would be good news for us. And then Ryan can monetize again. We just have to stop and do a lesson with a whiteboard every 15 seconds. Maybe not.
yeah, Scotty said AC/DC too. Ask you, yeah.
Yeah.
AC/DC is another no-no. Apparently, fucking Firehouse is too. Remember, Charles tried to play "Reach for the Sky" from Firehouse because
Right.
it's like the only good song they have, and he got fucking shut down on that.
Jesus.
So, yep, Bob Seger.
Can't do
Quentin,
him.
didn't you get Quentin, didn't you get busted playing like the Macarena or some shit? That's what I hear. The Beato book.
Everything you need to know.
Sounds
is in
like
there. It just doesn't give you any roadmap for it.
Scotty got ripped off on it. Got a 500-page PDF file. What the fuck is this?
We have an update on your build, Randy.
It's still being built. Both of them. Both of them still being built. You hear that, Willie? My shit done. I wasn't gonna bust his balls too bad. He's doing that thing for it's out now. It was like a secret thing there for a while. Mike Eldred, one of the former main dudes for Charvel in the heyday, and then he ran the Fender Custom Shop till I think 2015. Is doing a run of different guitars called El Cabron Guitars, and Willie's doing all the pickups for him. And then he got another huge order. Fuck, I can't remember what company order, but he got like a huge fucking like 300 pickup order. You know, he does this shit himself. It's just him and a winding machine. Wow. You know. So he's trying to get those done. I think he got his first run of pickups, tele pickups, sent to Mike Eldred for the first run of guitars, and then he's been working on that other order. And I wasn't gonna bust his balls too bad. It was his birthday, I think, Saturday.
Right.
So, you know, I don't care, man. I don't get up his ass about stuff because he does great work and he's a good guy, good friend. So.
None of us have, I don't think, used it, but Steve Brand, who comes on here every once in a while and has the GTU channel, he uses one.
Ryan had one. Ryan bought one and did a demo on it.
Right.
And then promptly returned it.
Yeah, it works well for guys with Macs, I guess. Right, because that's what Steve's on.
Bent Tom is it's Willie Houston. He was a assembler and pickup winder for Charvel from 83 to I think 89 or 90. And then he worked for Yamaha and a couple other guitar companies. He worked with what's Ken Warmoth's son's name that runs Warmoth now? Can't remember his fucking name, but when he lived in Washington, he worked with him for a year or so at Warmoth.
Watermelon.
So, and he decided to get the fuck off the West Coast like 8 years ago, and somehow landed fucking 15 minutes down the street from me. So,
Your gain.
my gain for the last when I met Willie. I met Willie around 5 years ago, so that was definitely my gain.
You say hi to Dory? Good to see you, Dory.
Yo, Dory.
Good to see you. So let's go Blue Moss, Ryan. What's Quentin said? Ryan gave me stuff, worked well with. No, nothing ever works well with an
Nobody
RP
wants to sound like you,
360 XP.
Quentin.
Yeah, Bent Tom, if you ever paid any attention to Robin Crosby's guitars, the White King V
Oh,
that Rob.
hang on. R key.
Here, wait.
You got it?
Oh, for
Very
fuck's
cool,
sakes.
Archie. Lucky recipient.
Earl Cola.
There's
Congrats.
Earl. Welcome
Congrats,
to the
Earl.
club. Big ups, Arky.
Oh,
membership
Jesus
gifting.
fucking Christ.
I know.
Of course. Of course.
There you go,
He's
Pops.
been a member for 2 years and he hasn't paid a dime.
Well, I mean, some people's got it like that. Well,
Good for him.
but yeah, so, Tommy, the White King V, if you ever see, there's several pictures of it, of Robin playing it, but there's a pothole drilled in the body behind the volume knob. Willie fucked that up and drove that hole in the. Robin had a different layout for his controls than what they did on the other King Vs, and Willie wasn't thinking. The body had already been painted white and all that shit, and he wasn't thinking about it being Robin's guitar, and he drilled that fucking volume pothole and went, oh shit. And he said he took it to Grover, and he's like, dude, I fucked up. And he's like, just put the damn thing together. Who cares? And he said when Robin and Warren showed up the next week to pick up, I forget which guitar he said Warren was picking up, but he had to give Robin that V with the hole in it. He's like, sorry, man, we can plug it and, touch the paint up. And Robin's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be playing it live. It's gonna get the shit beat out of it anyway. I don't care. Yeah. Thanks, dude. And he actually some other cool shit Willie's done at his time at Charvel. He the green meanie was assembled by him when it was sunburst. A cherry sunburst color.
Green meanie. So that's the Steve Vai guitar.
Correct. There was two of them, and one of them Grover was going to keep for his personal guitar, and the other one
was
right, and the other one went to what's his face from Mr. Mister. And then we know the story of the meanie. Vi borrowed it
and didn't give it back.
Painted it and said thanks. And then Willie got to be on set for Crossroads for the Vi scenes with the Jack Butler, the red
the showdown,
the red sparkle pointy headstock San Dimas, and that scene was shot. And you can't ever get the straight answer of how many of those guitars were there,
Right.
and I think Willie said that he only remembers there being two of them, but he was on set because they had to film the scene where he threw the guitar down, where Vi threw the guitar down, had to be filmed multiple times. And he said the first time Vi took the guitar off and literally just fucking slammed it on the floor, and of course it snapped headstock right off of it. So Willie had to glue the headstock back on, and they filmed it again. I think it was the third one he threw it down and it split the body in half. So the body had to be glued back together. And the one that had all the breaks, that's why there was tape over the logo in the movie. It was the quick, fast way to hide the headstock break, and then plus the whole Vi was chatting it up with Performance and Ibanez at that time. But that guitar is I think it's in the Hard Rock in Houston, and you can see where the body has been split and glued back together and all that shit. So, but he's got, countless other stories and stuff. Those are some of the cool ones that he got to be involved in.
Hi, John's girlfriend.
Exactly, Tom. Like the stack of the Stripe 5150 bodies that were.
Okay, now I actually got a thing to ask Randy because he's so wise in the world of science.
I don't know shit.
Yeah, you're pretty
knowledgeable, dude.
I was watching that fella today. He's selling one of the Peavey 5150 heads, but it's not a block letter. And he said the only difference between the block letter and the non-block letters was the block letters had matched tubes. So at this point, it's kind of a moot point because the tubes have probably been replaced.
That's kind of it. That was probably the biggest change. And I've seen the interview with James Brown where I think it was on Tone Talk like 5 or 6 years ago, where Mark Huzansky brought that up, the difference between the signature and the block letter. And the tubes was the big thing, and it was just because whatever tubes they were using for them, they couldn't get them anymore.
Right.
And there is one other difference, and I can't remember what it is. It's something maybe like the transformer's different or something like that.
Welcome in, man.
And the reasoning why it went from the block letter to the signature on the face was, I think it was EV, or I think it was EV. EV basically like threatened to cease and desist on it.
$1,000 for it. Maybe it's
saying that their logo was confusing. The EVH logo that was on the face of the amp was confusing their customers if it was an EV product or some shit like that.
Right.
It was either EV or Electro Harmonics or something like that. One of those two.
When you look at it now, it was such a brief little dust in the wind moment for a few 4 years.
And Tommy knows they were using
Yeah.
the Philips 6L6 GCs, and I think they switched
Tommy's
to.
wise in the ways of science.
And I think they switched to. Was it Sylvania or JJ's or
Sylvania's, all my Peavey classic 120 amps, power amps, all had the original Sylvanias in them.
Jimmy knows Peaveys.
Yep, that's what it was. They switched to the Sylvanias because they couldn't get the Phillips tubes anymore. So
There you go, Tommy. $500 for a 5150.
Those were the days.
yeah, I mean, dude, I paid like fucking $600 for my 5152.
Like John was saying there when I was over at his place during that stream, it's pretty easy to get a 412 these days. You can get a pretty tasty used 412 because people just don't want to have them around anymore. They take up too much space. They're too loud. They don't. I mean, there's a lot of these guys that had a 412 15, 20 years ago, and the wife's finally making them clear out the garage, you know. I got this thing for like $300. Yeah, it's a JCM 900, GM 75, whatever. But, I mean, $300.
Yeah.
I got
Weren't
the
the,
PV block letter for free.
Tom may know this too. Weren't the signature 5150s biased hotter than the block letters? Or was
Maybe
it
at
the
a
other way
different voltage?
around? Because Ed always ran his bias hotter than how because Peavey fucking bias shit cold.
Was he in the Variac stage of
everything
things?
was fixed biased cold.
Like messes.
And Ed always had his amps hotter.
Of course you do, Bo. Yeah, shipping's a big deal too, Tommy, for sure.
Yeah, buy the cab for $100 and it costs you $400 to ship it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about selling my EVH 212 cab, and it's just like, fuck. It's going to have to be local pickup because I am not paying to ship the damn thing. But then I keep getting,
Or even
man.
boxing it up, right?
Then I was kind of like, oh, well, I might hang on to it and sell my Mesa 412. And I'm like, I'm definitely not shipping that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
And then I got to thinking about it. I'm not going to sell that Mesa cab because it's got actual British made vintage 30s in it, not the newer Chinese ones.
There's that.
Yeah, there you go. The block logo was biased hotter. The 5150 cabs weren't horrible once you got rid of those fucking Sheffield speakers.
They're heavy as hell. That 5150 cab weighs an extra 40 pounds over this Marshall cab.
Have you ever picked up one of the old 60 watt 212 5150 combos
I
from
haven't,
the
but
90s?
Michael B did, and it almost gave him a fucking hernia. Things are heavy as fuck.
Andy Carson's got one. I'm like, oh, it's like picking up a fucking wheelbarrow load of cinder blocks.
Yeah, exactly. With one handle in the middle.
Yeah, those things are insanely heavy. They sound good though.
Well, typically heavy is better. I'm just saying. More is more. Settle down there, Ingve. Q, you still here?
He's probably live now.
He might be.
I can play three
didn't get a
notes and
notification.
Q's like, settle down there, Ingve. I've been working on that Andy Wood fucking shit that John sent me.
Well, you're the only one that has a chance out of all of us, so.
Well, even him playing it at stepdad speed
Yeah.
in his demo's too fast for me to figure out exactly what the fuck he's doing. So I learned the basic pattern and moved it and learned how to move it from the B and E strings down to the octave and
Right.
do it again.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna play that over, but it's probably gonna get thrown in over something on Saturday night. So
We'll see.
I learned how to do it in E because when he shows it, it's in D.
Right.
So I just
Cool.
moved
That's
it
awesome. I
up
look
2
forward to
frets.
hearing that, Randy.
Requires me to use my pinky, so that'll make Quentin happy.
Yay!
So the effects loop sucks in what? The head or the
Fuck.
or the fucking combo?
I don't think they were.
We just send
Especially,
Tommy a link at this point.
Jimmy, did you get any mail today? Or they fuck you again?
I didn't even check.
Fuck
I'll
that
check,
shit.
I'll check after the show. It's like I'm not anticipating anything being in my mailbox except disappointment.
Because I need to know
That's
if that
fair.
thing sucks or not, if I'm going to drop the money on one. Because I was looking at those like a month and a half ago. It seemed like a viable option. Then I also thought about getting a AB box and splitting my signal to 2 Kraken preamps.
See?
Well, you know, I almost pulled the trigger on a Tonex.
Okay.
Simply for the fact is when they first came out, it was just basically amp sims and IRs.
Right.
But now they have this fancy little air step foot switch, and now the new firmware, they're adding, effects into the thing, so it's stereo out, so that now they have delays and reverbs and chorus effects and blah 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 on there. It's like and as I was going through, as I came across a couple videos of the certain product, and I was like, well shit, that actually fits me better because there's no menu diving. It's stereo, it's true stereo in, true stereo out. And with all the, nice editor bells and whistles that seem pretty easy to navigate. And then after listening to a couple of videos on it, I was like, okay, that's more my speed, because I can put stuff on a pedal board and just have everything on a pedal board instead of, shit over here, some over there.
That what's coming in soon, Jimmy?
Yep.
Something? Yeah.
Right on. Incoming
Yeah.
earworm. Dun, dun,
Yeah, I've
dun,
already
dun, dun, dun.
Pretty much made my mind up that once my Sin 2 gets back to me from being repaired, that it's getting sold.
Did you send it back already or no?
I'm going to ship it off tomorrow. It's actually going to a place, some amp electronics repair place down in South Georgia. And I was like, well, shit, I'll just take it down there. Then I was like, never mind. It's almost in fucking Florida.
Right.
So, nah. Because with Synergy's warranty, you have to pay the shipping both ways. And, if they're that loaded up with repairs that they're having to outsource the shit,
Yeah.
it's not, to me, it's not really a great sign. I mean, the fact that the fucking thing broke after 6 months.
I mean, there's that. Yeah.
Well, the one that I'm using now is already exhibiting the same exact problems that the other one had before it decided to die.
You check
Which
your
is-
voltage, Jimmy?
Yep. I'm at 122.
Perfect. A little hot, but
Yeah, but there's a tolerance that those things can,
Yeah.
that are built into it. I mean,
should be
it can up to-
20% plus or minus 10.
There's always
But
a need
the
time.
problem that I'm having is before the other one died, is it started doing a bunch of weird switching shit to where it would just switch, either just go into bypass or it would automatically switch into another channel. While I
all
was
that
playing-
little circuitry, all those little fucking lines of fucking shit going
And-
on those traces and those boards, man.
Two days ago, this one it started doing the same thing. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I'm just like, okay, it can't be anything that I'm doing because I ran one for 6 years in the same manner
Without incident.
without problems.
You think it maybe just pardon me for a minute, I'm going out on a limb. Maybe it's CMEs. It's the coronal mass ejections from the solar flares are fucking up all those tachyons are fucking up the tubes with their fucking zzz. What?
Well, you'd have to have a.
Jim knows
You
what I'm
know.
talking about.
You'd
Wouldn't
have to
that
have
fuck
one
up all
so
our amps and everything?
one so powerful that it would generate or induce a current within the electrical grid or your stuff.
Right.
And if that would happen, then we'd be basically being a grid
Scotty knows.
blackout across the country.
Tommy's asking.
Yeah. And basically anything you have plugged in will cook. So
Yeah. Well, my first one, the power supply, or no, the switching board went out. The second one, it kind of clicked for like 2 days. It was just clicking back into either bypass or different channels, and then it just died and somewhere internal failure somewhere, and it won't. I mean, I plug it in, you click the power switch, and the sag button will like briefly light up for a second. But all the fuses are still good, so it's just like dead. And now this one's doing the same thing, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got all these tube amps in here, and the goddamn things have worked, flawlessly for 40 years. I'm not saying that, Synergy or anything made by Bad is defective or crap in any way, shape, or form.
may I ask a question?
Because I went from 6 years of something just working perfectly and then giving up. But it's like, look at the the world as far as electronics that we live in. It's like most of the shit, you're either dealing with crappy components or stuff is just, is built to fail. I'm not saying that the stuff is built to fail, but when you have supply chain issues and manufacturing problems, I mean, Dave Friedman's come right out and said it, that it's a nightmare trying to source decent parts
Right.
for all this stuff without charging $10,000 for an amp.
Everybody wants to make the same thing cheaper and charge you more.
And who's to say I mean, anymore, it could be something as, stupid as a tiny fucking resistor or diode that just smoked, and that's it. That's all it takes.
But it's surface mount. It's not through the board, so you can't do anything unless you have a big ass hot hair dryer and a pair of tweezers. And
Right. And mine, you turn the fucker on and it just blows the mains fuse right away. So something in mine is obviously shorted.
I have a question for the panel.
I know, it does. I mean, the problems that I've had and that Randy had doesn't bode well for the stuff. But I'm not saying it's bad or, I just, it's convinced me to just go ahead and try something else.
Yeah.
When you're not on the show, is your equipment turned on?
Nope.
Jimmy? Nope. Randy?
No, it's unplugged and shut
John?
down.
No, obviously not. He's got his stuff. Now, do you turn off your FM3?
Yeah, it's off.
I mean,
Everything's
for
off
me,
except the Roadcaster.
the tube head gets turned on and off appropriately, as it should. And
Yeah.
of course, the cord pulled out of the EMG pickups, fucking 9-volt batteries. But the Roadcaster and my computer right now have been going for 3.5 weeks
Yeah.
without a reboot, just all the time.
Yep.
I wonder, if shit's turned on versus if shit's turned off. Does that make a difference on the longevity of a thing? It must.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just run an amp like I've always run an amp, and it works.
But when was the last time you turned off and turned on your Roadcaster?
I actually do it 4 or 5 times a week because I go mobile with my
Okay.
computer. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And Randy, when was the last time you turned off your Roadcaster?
Whenever the fuck the last time I got off this show was.
Every time.
It
Jimmy?
gets turned off every time.
Mine hasn't been shut off in over 5 months.
Nah, brother. Fuck the updates. Fuck the restart.
Well, I mean, what I mean, what's
I've had at
necessary
least
about the
one
update
update
when everything
It's
is
working.
working perfectly? It's like going to the convenient, the gas station here, the town pump. They get the dreaded update and nothing works.
It's true. Always wait for the
We're
second.
only taking
edition.
cash because we got the dreaded update. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't have any problems. So it's like, what do I need to update? It's not connected to Wi-Fi or hard lined in.
How about the synergy? How often does that get cycled on and off?
Well, basically every
Every
show
time you
that
finish
we
using
play.
it, you turn it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a tube head would.
Yeah. I mean, my computers never shut off. They always
Go-
stay on.
To go for 7 years without a power outage is weird for me. I mean, pretty much we're gonna have
Fucker,
2 or
we
3
can't
a
go
year.
2 weeks without one.
Yeah.
We've been getting them every couple of
Oh,
days.
same,
here
Tommy.
the last
I
week or
built
so.
all my computers and they last forever, but I buy solid Asus high-end motherboards and
Well,
big
my
ass
computers
fans
are
and
also on a watt box.
a what?
Case power
A
a
what
watt
box?
box.
A watt box.
It's basically the big box with battery backup.
Right,
Just
a
the
UPS?
computers.
Yeah.
Just the computers are on it because those are probably the most sensitive things to either a brownout or a surge or
Right.
or
But
a
a lightning
power
strike.
flash.
My mom's old house got a lightning strike. My little brother was downstairs in the corner near the tree where it happened. Fried his ghetto blaster, fried his fucking alarm clock, and fried anything that was plugged into the wall in that corner of the house just went.
No earth
Whether it
ground.
was on or off. Well, I guess those things are always on. Right, always on.
Right.
Not like today though, where they're always on and hooked up to the internet. Reporting back.
Always just run a good surge protector. Been lucky.
At the very least. What was
Yeah,
that name of
I
that
run
one there,
those.
John, that you had? The Furman power
That's
supply?
the one. That's the one I use.
Yeah, those are good. I mean, you want to talk about not all power bars are
Yeah.
surge protectors, but all surge protectors are power bars. Well, most. I mean, you can put one in the panel, but that's next level.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking at new rig shit for the last couple weeks, and like I said, I was looking at the thing that Jimmy's bought, but since Jimmy spent the money on it before I did, I'll let him be the
Yeah.
guinea pig on it.
Makes sense.
I've been thinking about a 50-watt 5153 EL34 head.
Doesn't
I know where I can. I know where I can. I know where I can get one for about $700, and then
What is it that you had? You had a 6505, didn't you, Randy?
I've got the 6505 mini head and the 5152.
Why don't you take that around the block for a minute? I mean, even if it's just backstage and not on a show, that'd be
Yeah.
fun. It'd be like watching you ride a tricycle or some kind of shit.
Because I don't have room to put that big ass 5152 in here.
All right. We gotta
And
fucking
the
go in there with a bulldozer and start making some fucking room.
It's not my fucking house. I can't do it.
I know. Makes me sad.
And then
It
the
makes me
six,
sad.
in all fairness, the
It's
6505 mini head, I mean, it's got fucking EL84s in it, and it doesn't sound that good.
Oh, see, you've become a bit more of a snob the last few years.
I've never really liked EL84s. I bought that head
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago with
Fizzy
the,
and no low end.
with the 212 just to have a tube head that I could play in the fucking house because you can run it on fucking 5 watts.
And you can turn it up to like 8 or 9. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
a
soon-
big driving
yeah,
difference. I
but
think.
the thing is, the 5150s are like a Marshall. It's just they don't. Once you get past 2 or 3,
It doesn't get louder, it just
It-
sounds different.
right, and the louder you get an EL84 head,
get
the worse
shitty.
they fucking sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, farts out and compresses. Yeah, I mean, I had the same problem with mine. It was just like, I mean, great concept. It's like, I mean, I understand they're all trying to hit a price point here, and EL84s is the cheap way to go to keep
Up
that
to
price
40
point.
watts. Well, I mean, you
But,
can't make 50.
I
can
mean,
you?
you could. Why not have a single-ended amp using a 6L6 or an EL34, or just run 6 V6s actually sound pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's
Pair-
what
pair of
that's what
34s are pretty
Engel
good.
Engel uses in their Fireball Mini, the 25 watt Fireball. It's got the 6 V6s, I think.
You know,
No, it's got full size 6L6s
those are,
in it.
yeah.
They're
Those are
6L6
full-
GCs.
Yeah, it's a pair of 6L6s, and it's like,
Yeah, it's 10 minutes of tweaking and it's a 50 watt head. But I was looking at the I was actually looking at the 5150 Iconic EL84 today. They're $1,000 new. But even it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, to do that, I'm still gonna have to get a load box and still gonna have to have something on the other end of that to split it to stereo.
have you checked out that Red 7 load box?
Tommy's got one,
It's got
I think.
it's got IRs. It's pretty sweet. It's got stereo outs.
Yeah, I've been looking at the Red 7 stuff for about a month or so now, especially the, well, yeah, we'll get there probably next week or something.
I mean, if I was gonna do the two, run an actual tube amp, I would probably go with that Red 7 unit because that thing looks pretty bitchin'.
Yep.
And it
I
sounds
mean-
pretty good.
The only besides it, the only load box with IRs that stereo outs the 2 notes, and John says the 2 notes sound like shit.
I
Compared
think a lot
to
of people have fallen away from the 2 notes, the Captor X and all that.
Torpedo.
compared to the Sir stuff and the other options, the Fryette.
Right. But I don't think any of the Fryette ones are, because I looked at the Fryette shit, none of the Fryette shit's stereo. Or they'll do stupid shit like it'll be stereo out but a mono fucking loop, which makes no sense to me at all. Why are you going to do a stereo out and a mono loop? To me, that's dumb.
Right.
But half those fucking things are not true stereo anyway. They're just mono. From my research. But I like the stereo delays and shit and the widening the sound, especially for us doing this.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point, you have to do what John's doing and fucking spend another $1,100 on a fucking FM3 at least.
Well,
And then at that point, if you're going to do, and my thing is, if I'm going to spend the money on a modeler that can do all that shit, I'm just going to use the fucking modeler for everything.
it's not the same, but yeah.
I know it's not the same, but I'm
It
not.
works. It works. Yeah. No, it worked great. For me for how many months, right?
Yeah, I mean, and how many guys are out there that swear by the quad? And you're getting to the point now where you're starting to see the quad cortex on just as many fucking major stages as you are the fractal stuff.
Matty makes his sound great. He loves that thing.
So, it's like at the end of the day, we're playing guitar on fucking YouTube. So, how far do you really want to take the shit?
Well, that's it. I think the last trip to John's house there was probably the first time in a long time. Well, there was that time where Steve was playing the Marshall outside. But aside from that, there wasn't that usual effect I get when I'm at your place and you're actually playing through the cabs.
Right.
And I can hear you there, and then I can hear you echoed in the things.
Right.
But this time it's quiet in his room. I mean, it's all coming through the headset. He doesn't have any of the cabs going. We went and stole that Soldano 412 and pulled it outside and plugged in the Marshall. And
Yost, I don't see a comment about Steve Clark's amp. I see where you said I'm an expert in mini heads. My head's huge, so
go over to
Was it you run 2 Furman PL power conditioners?
yeah. I mean, KXM Rock. I mean, we're just playing on YouTube, but fuck, you still want to sound good.
right. I want to suck.
I think this UA pedal that I'm playing through, I think it sounds good for what it is, but is it my desired sound? No. I mean, once you throw the chorus and all that shit on it, it doesn't sound much different than that Yamaha. So,
Right.
which it sounds good for what it is.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it's not an RP360. I've got two fucking Zoom 505s. God damn it, I can hook those up. I don't think they're stereo. I just split it. I'll just split it.
You do have a mimic.
See, I thought about doing that because I think those Kraken amp pedals, they're like $1,000. The ones that Rabia was huge in. I think all the IRs in it are ones that Rabia did.
Right.
I thought about getting two of those and using the Mimic as my AB splitter and running two of those fuckers and dialing them a little different with two different IRs running, seeing what that would do. And then just split my stereo effects. One side's in one and the other side's in the other. But it's just like, oh, if I'm going to spend $2,000, I mean, for those fucking things, I just might as well get a tube amp and a load box and just do it that way. I don't know. The options nowadays are so vast, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So YouTube gives me the option of looking up all the chatter that Yosemite's put in the chat tonight. So I found that, but you can't post it. You have to copy and paste it. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, I'll take any JCM 800 at this point, just for science.
We've had a few guys here running the IRX or the.
Well, R2 did it for a bit. John had one.
R2's still running his. Steve had one, and the complaint from everybody is they're noisy as fuck.
They are. Yep.
And once again, there's no stereo split. So you'd have to run two of them or find some other method of doing your stereo split.
Yeah.
Like R2's got a stereo split, but he's running that KMA in-game and using the stereo effects loop and the doubler and shit on it. And then he's having to run the EP boosters after it. Which I guess they're basically like a fucking mini sonic maximizer in a way. And 40 Grit's got the IRJ, and his sounds great. So, I don't know. I mean, I ran the BE Deluxe module there for a bit, and I thought it sounded pretty good. But it still, even then, it left me looking for something that it didn't do.
Right.
I mean, for me, when I first stepped back into the guitar reverse, I friended John pretty quickly. Went over there with his BE Deluxe 100, and boy, oh boy, that was a treat. And just watching the evolution of your tone over the last 5 years has been a true journey in itself. Right? And you've come to where you are now, and you pretty much got everything you ever need
Done.
in the one head.
I'm done. For me.
Yeah. I wonder about those little Jakes. Because they got the DI out. You can take that.
That's another EL84 head.
Exactly.
There's very few. I think KSR does their 25 watt heads. You can actually pick your tubes of choice for their stuff. I think they'll do 84s, 34s, 6L6s, KT88s.
Right, just set it up appropriately.
Kind of whatever, basically whatever kind of saturation, low end response you require via your tubes. So I've looked at those as well. And that's kind of a hard one. It's like, would I go with 6L6s or KT88s?
Ooh, aren't those the precious? Did the little full-figured buttocks, too?
I've played an Ubershaw that had KT88s in it. Fuck, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. That thing sounded fucking incredible. The thing that people don't get about Bogner's, everybody goes, "Why Bogner's got this low mid thing that I don't fucking like." Well, the fucking dials don't work like a Marshall.
Right.
You know, you don't fucking crank the, you know, it was like the treble knob on a fucking Ubershaw on 5 is the same as a Marshall on fucking 2.
Right.
So that's my experience with the Bogner stuff that I've played, which has been a couple different Ubershaws and an Ecstasy.
Yeah.
You can't, those amps, you can't start with everything on noon and just kind of go little tweaks here, and they don't work that way. I mean, you got to really turn the fucking knobs on them.
Right.
I mean, they do have a low mid thing, but I like the low mid thing that the Bogners do.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I thought the Fireball 25 had the.
KT-77. Is that just like a mini 88?
I thought the Fireball 25 had 6 L6s in it. You know, Engel put out a Fireball pedal now, IR pedal preamp. Once again, it's not stereo, so.
Earl's got the same thing. Yeah. The IRX.
There's no such thing as too much gain.
Right? Just gotta turn it down.
Yeah, the Fireball 25's got 6 L6 GCs in it.
Got to try them both, Yost.
Yep.
See what sounds better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have no experience with it because, you know, I've never dealt with the actual Helix stuff into the Rodecaster because, I mean, it's all going to be, I mean, it's all going to have its slight variations. Peers are going to be pushing out, you know, relatively different dBs.
Okay, Dory, you're right.
Signal.
They did do a limited edition of it with KT-77s. There you go.
Nice.
See, somebody knew some shit I didn't know.
Yay, Dory.
I've never played anything with KT-77s in them,
I don't think I.
so I don't know. I don't know if they're like a. I mean, from what I know about them, they're close to an. Yeah, what Tom says, they're close to an EL34.
Big back guys.
Yeah, anti-DIY HVAC. He's on the old vacay. He's on the old vacay.
Yep, he's in a kayak. Well, he might be back by now, probably starting a fire to cook all the fish he caught today.
I have no idea if the VP4 is any good, but I mean, I ain't really ever heard of anything fractal making being shit. So
yeah.
I think Lee's got one. Elbar J, he's got a VP4. I'm pretty sure, and he loves it.
Right.
Dory says that Engel's badass. Every Engel amp I've ever fucking played has been badass, but the Powerball, and they represented it well in the module for Synergy. The Powerball's got some high-end harshness that you can't dial out of it. The Savage is probably one of my favorite amps I've ever played, the Engel Savage. The 120 watt and the 60 watt. Both sound fucking great. And the Fireballs sound great. They had an amp years ago called the Gigmaster, and I don't remember if it was a 15 watt or a 20 watt little head, and that thing was a monster. And every now and then they'll pop up on Reverb for like $800 or so. Yeah, the Savage 120 is fucking loud, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
They're extremely loud. They sound good, though. The 60s are loud, too. The Savage 60s. They sound just like the 120s, but they're not quite as loud, but they're fucking loud. Diesel's like for rich people.
Again, you've got a specified high-end thing that does a thing.
Scotty, I've cranked a fucking Wizard through 2 412s about 5 feet from them. That's fucking loud.
No bet. Glorious.
I don't know, man. I didn't really like it. They're stiff. They're super stiff. Even with with an SD1 in front of it, man, it was still super stiff. Also owned a 150 watt triple rectifier solo head that was so fucking loud that you would never need that much volume. So
It's all relative to the size of the venue, isn't it? Generally,
it doesn't matter.
Better. More is more.
I mean, I played some of the bigger clubs in Atlanta with that fucking triple rec, and it was just like the sound guy's like, "Can you fucking turn that down?" And I'm talking about I'm talking about clubs where like Machine Head plays and bands like that, and they're just like, "Dude, you gotta turn that down a little bit." He also had me EQ it different too, and to me on stage it sounded like shit, but when I jumped off the stage and walked out to mid-floor, it sounded fucking glorious. So
100 watt Engel Ritchie Blackmore. Sounds pretty good, actually. There you go. Right on, man.
yeah, I've played some outside shows. I played some outside shows with that fucking triple rack. I played outside shows with the 5152 as well. I mean, that's basically what a fucking Wizard is. It's a fucking steroided plexi. At least the one I played. I forget what the model is.
Tuned a little hot.
Yeah, it's whatever the model that fucking Richie Faulkner's playing now. He ditched Engel for Wizards, and he's playing Wizards with fucking. I think he's using the MXR, the Distortion Plus, through him.
And he does a pretty good job.
You know, speaking of Richie Faulkner, you know that his side project, that Elegant Weapons. You know, when that album come out, I listened to it a few times. I'm like, it's kind of priesty, it's kind of Sabbathy, it's good album. And that was when it came out, 2 years ago, and it popped up on my playlist again on the way home from work the other day. I'm like, fuck, what a great album, man! So I've been blasting that the last couple days. Great album.
Yeah. Oh, he's a hell of a musician, man.
Yeah, and then finding out he's got, brain damage from the stroke he had.
Damn near died for the cause.
Right.
In action. Like, are you kidding me? I just got a couple more notes. No, you have a ruptured artery. We need to go now. Like, hang on. Just a couple more.
Yeah, Joe, that evil Joe. That to me, I know John is all about the Alta, but I personally think the evil Joe is Jason's finest work. That Club Secret 25 sounds fucking good too. He had an aortic dissection. I don't know if it dissected when he was on stage, but his aneurysm blew up, and I think it dissected on the way to the hospital. The fucked up thing about it is when it ruptured in multiple places.
And the fortunate thing was it was like less than 2 miles to the closest top tier hospital.
Right. And then he had a leak and had to go back in there and.
About a year later, but he still went to Europe for 6 months and finished her off.
Yeah,
right?
they cleared him to fucking go do that European tour, and they're like, yeah, when you get back, we need to go in there and fix that.
Fucking animal.
And then he had a fucking stroke. He's so humble, man. That interview with him and
who's he married to? It's
George Lynch's daughter.
Lynch's daughter, yeah.
that interview he did with John Bollinger. And, you know, I know John Bollinger. That's another dude. Everyone's like, that guy's fucking like super stoner, tripped out, dumb. No, John Bollinger is a fucking monster guitar player.
Yeah.
If you've never seen clips of Bollinger playing slide and shit, dude's awesome.
Yeah, he didn't stumble into that role.
John actually would come down to Bozeman here, and my friend Dave Goodwin, who worked with him a bunch on some of his stuff. He's got a little recording studio in his house that I worked on. I met John a couple times and BS'd with him. Hell of a player, super nice guy.
Yep. Was he the one that was banging Rebecca Dirks? Why she's not there no more? Yeah. That interview that Richie sat down and did with John Bollinger, where he fucking opened up about the stroke and shit. He's just like, I didn't want people to know because I feel like I'm a fraud because I'm not playing things right and I can't, you know. It's just like, dude, really?
You improvise very well enough to cover your tracks, and nobody's noticing.
Well, dude, and the thing is fucking, I mean, they did that interview, and it's like, I saw Richie, 6 months before that interview, and that dude is
Didn't
the
miss a
glue.
beat,
That
right?
dude is the glue that holds Modern Priest together.
Absolutely.
And you can tell how much the rest of that band leans on Richie Faulkner.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess, and he probably knows that, and that's what adds to his pressure of feeling like a failure. But
I suppose, right? All that weight on your shoulders, there you are out there playing again. You have a little PTSD about your arteries exploding. Hang on, we can relax.
And it's just, he's like, if I were to play it the way it's supposed to be played, then play it the way I'm having to play it now, you'd notice and you'd hear the difference. And it's just like, dude.
But he's always thrown in this certain je ne sais quoi, his little
Right. I
flair
mean,
to Richie, doesn't.
He talks about stuff in Painkiller, and it's like, well, he does the diminished thing, the Ed diminished, the 12, 15, 18 pattern that Tipton always picked.
Right.
Richie taps that because that's a fucked up stretch. And it's like, dude, I tap that shit too. I can't pick that.
Right. I've actually, I think it was the Gibson interview where the Icons Gibson thing, where he said, yeah, no, Glenn, you're playing it wrong. We've got to play this song like this. It's way better like this. It's like, well, it's been around for 25 years, Richie.
Yep. Scott KK did kill it at the Black Sabbath show, and he was
did.
playing a quad Cortex.
Shit.
I follow his tech on Instagram, and he was standing behind him with his quad Cortex, fucking switching his channels for him.
Now,
on the
would
quad
they have the
Cortex.
best PA system known to mankind, or something pretty substantial? I would guess, right?
Who?
Back to the beginning concert.
I'm sure
PA
it was.
system.
I'm sure it was pretty fucking good.
Pretty skookum, right? Did you
Oh.
notice, though, watching it, that he didn't really hit the crowd until Ozzy started playing with Zach doing the OG Ozzy songs? And it's like the Metallica show, you're seeing everybody in the crowd going, but you don't hear any sound.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that Elegant Weapons album, that's a great album.
Watching his most recent concert, and he's playing that Explorer with that wiggle stick on it.
Yep,
Pretty
he's
sweet.
got the Pelham Blue Explorer with the Floyd.
Little V
He
thing
played
going
that.
on it.
He played that most of the night when I saw
Yeah,
them
you just
last
saw them,
year.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was May of last year. But he played that Explorer for over half the set, and then he brought his Pelham Blue V out,
Right.
and then he played his Black V on a couple tracks, and then went back to the Explorer to close it out. Now he's got a Pelham Blue Les Paul with the same double pick guard he's got on the V, or if you're British, the double scratch plate.
Right. Because with
Not
your
going to
chips.
Irish goodbye, you guys, but I got to be up at 4 tomorrow
We don't
morning.
care.
So,
Or John's golfing.
no. Safety meeting.
Oh, those are fucking terrible.
Yeah, especially at
One of those
5 in the
situations where
morning,
you have to
5
bend to the
25.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go, but I'll keep listening and
I ain't in.
chiming in.
Cheers, brother. Yeah, I don't know how much longer we're going to go. We made an hour and a half. We'll see what happens. These guys both have guitars, and I mean, they could probably. I guess you have to go 24 hours before Sharon can't fuck with you. One of those lessons I learned back in the LC days. If you go more than 24 hours,
Yeah,
they're no longer
Sharon.
monitoring what you're putting out there.
Fuck Sharon. Fuck Wendy Dio.
Is she really as bad?
Ask Vivian Campbell.
I suppose.
I did see a recent interview with Vivian where he talked about getting fired from Dio and then getting
Why?
and White Snake. And,
That's like an hour, 40 minutes.
yeah. I guess apparently him and Ronnie never really had bad blood. It was all fucking Wendy.
Management.
And
then
right, and then when he got fired from White Snake because Tawny Katane and Vivian's wife couldn't get along. So
Who was his wife back in that time? I saw them back in, that would have been what, 90? Mm-hmm. White Snake with Motley Crue. It was the Tommy show on the drum kits. You had Aldridge, and then you had Tommy Lee. And that was when Tommy Lee, I don't think he had the girders that came out, but he had the forklift thing that came up, and it started doing this and doing that and stuff. And it was like, wow, this guy's just nuts.
that would have been Vi and Vandenberg on guitar. Or White
No, it
Snake
was Campbell.
90.
I saw Campbell. So
Oh, he got shit canned in '89.
Okay, would have been 88 maybe. I gotta find my.
That would have been that.
Bag
Yeah,
of
the
concert
White
tickets, 'cause
Snake
it's in
Motley
there.
Crue tour would have been the White Snake '87 tour, so it would
I
have
think
been
it was Feel
87,
Good,
88.
right?
Yeah, been 87, 88.
The Nasty Habits. Whoa! Look at
If it
us.
was
We got
Dr.
chicks in
Feelgood for
negligees.
Crew, it'd have been 88.
And then the next time Crew came through town, who the fuck were they with? Can't remember. But that's the time that, and then Tommy had the girders that came out right over top of the fucking pit, and then he started doing his twirly, spinny shit.
I saw Crew and Dawkin. I think it was Crew, Poison, and Dawkin. And fucking Dawkin was terrible. And that was, it was the whole band except it was John Levin on guitar instead of Lynch, but it was still Pilson and Brown on the rhythm section. And it's like, wow, they sound great except for Don. And that was like '08 or some shit. I don't think Crew was lip syncing most of their performance yet. Because Vince sounded
there's so
fucking
much
god
fucking
awful.
luggage in that closet, man. I mean, I go back to hearing the Shout at the Devils when I jumped on that train. And we went back and looked at Too Fast for Love, and that was better, so we enjoyed that. And then there was that whole Vince Neil, Hanoi Rocks, Pantera accident thing, and Vince went to jail, and then they came back and they did the whole Feel Good. So many episodes in that. I speculate still, I believe they're the ones that were wanting to capitalize on the concert and didn't get to join, which is a shame because I bet you now they're all kicking their asses that didn't get to go up and say goodbye to fucking Ozzy.
Nikki put some kind of fucking post out about that shit on Instagram.
I stopped following him.
And I was
She's an
like-
idiot.
Like basically saying it wasn't them or they weren't invited anyway or some shit.
I find that hard to believe. I mean, that's a big part of the history when you look it up on the internet right now.
Well, maybe Sharon was in Mick Mars's corner on that. I don't know.
Ooh. So where was Mick though? Would have been nice to see him. Oh, wouldn't that have been the spike? That's like having KK Downing.
Yeah, but Mick's not going to fly to England for anything anymore. So
Again, another last goodbye. Even if he's piggybacking on fucking Ozzy's tailcoats, he gets to say goodbye, everybody. Love you all.
yeah, I think Mick's happy doing what he's doing, just making albums and putting them out.
Right.
I mean, he only lives like fucking 6 miles from Vince Neil, and they don't speak. So
I can't blame him.
that Sammy Hagar road trip thing, he was over at Vince Neil's fucking house, and he was like, "Yeah, Mick lives right down the road." Da, da, da. And he's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
you guys
y'all
must
hang out and
barbecue every
shit." And
weekend,
Vince's like,
right?
"Oh, no, not really."
Never seen him 3 years ago. I think once it was New
He's like,
Year's or
"Yeah, I
something.
ain't seen him in like fucking 8 months." So I don't know. Yeah, I saw Motley Crue on that final tour in 2015, and fucking dude, so much of that show was phoned in on Vince and Nikki's part. I refused to believe that Mick was not playing. You know, as a guitar player, you can tell when another guitarist is not playing live. And Mick played every fucking note that come through those speakers. You know,
When I saw him a couple of years ago in that big initial arena tour with Joan Jett and Def Leppard. Def Leppard definitely sounded the best out of the trifecta. Tommy was too loud compared to everybody else in the crew for the mix where I was. But, I mean, word on it, because John Five was doing a gig at the Rickshaw 3 days before they were here playing that concert. And it was just before the whole transition. So, I don't know.
Sammy, when I saw him in 2015, the intro to Shout at the Devil, there's bass playing and Nikki was doing claps above his head while singing Shout.
Doom, 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 doom. What? Oh, sorry. Wait, doom.
So,
Yeah, no, it definitely. But I mean, I guess they're looking for the easy retirement plan.
yeah. This is kind of like,
Am I still number one?
you know, Vivian brought it up in that interview I saw about everybody thinking Def Leppard uses backing tracks for their vocals.
Mm-hmm.
And then they posted a clip of them at Soundcheck, like acapellaing no mic, and it sounds like fucking Def Leppard. It was Joe, Rick, Phil, and Viv fucking harmonizing on stage, you know, not through microphones. They were standing center stage, just
I keep going back to that Sirius XM gig that they did for the anniversary a year ago or whatever. That one always keeps coming up, and they sounded so good.
they did one of those cruises however many years ago, and Joe Elliott was sick. So they're having people sing different parts, and they did Hysteria, and Phil sang half of it, and Vivian sang the other half. This is, you know, it's like, no, I don't think those guys are faking their backing vocals. And Phil sounds a lot like Joe singing anyway. He's got that Mutt Lang fucking
that osmosis there. I mean,
that
they've been
same
doing
kind
it
of like
for
Bryan
35,
Adams
40
thing, where
years.
like you got the whisper singing.
Yeah.
Sing like you're on the verge of crying all the time.
I'm sure there's some positive stops in that fucking board.
Real breathy. There's Kurt 5150.
I gotta find the blue on
How
your
does
boy.
my
Where
breath
is it? God damn it!
Halitosis.
No, it's gone. Randy, did you delete the goddamn blue on your boy? Well, maybe
Yeah.
it's in a. Is it a layer? There
What
it
the
is.
fuck are you talking about?
That. I didn't see it on the left-hand column. I mean, I had to go over it. Anyway, okay. Good to see you. Let's give you a little bit of Zach Wild there. Now, have you ever? I mean, that's the thing with Zach too. Is he's got the Zach Sabbath, he's got the Black Label, now he's got the Pantera. He's got his hands in so many pies. Good on him, I guess.
I can't do the Zach Wild pinches like he does. It's just fucking.
Little squealies. That was pretty good. How about you, Jim? Got any Zach Wild squealies?
Well, when you use a wah pedal a lot, it makes it a lot easier.
Well, trying to do it and get that fucking super wild vibrato that he does on it without him dying out, to me on the low E is hard.
Well, I mean,
That'd be the parallel with.
I'm sure there's some
Dimebag.
magic going on there, you know, in studio recordings. But you know, the last time I saw Zach, he didn't hit all of them.
Dimebag was good for hitting the fucking squealies too.
And then like the fourth.
Did we have a thing where I'm supposed to play the jingle? I see it on the YouTube, but I don't see it on the EV Mux here. Oh, that doesn't come up, right? The Rob Blackmore member 22. That doesn't come up over here. But yay, everybody! Yeah, Rob Blackmore. Is this one?
What? No, this is not the one. What the?
Fuck is going on?
Anyways, what does Rob's thing say? What a pain in the ass that is, EV Mux. Just saying, if you're watching. It's a devil horns alien head. Ooh, go figure. You know, the crazy vibrato madness.
I'll see the
Watching
light.
Steve Vai with his tiny circles that are just so precise. It's ridiculous. Satch ain't no slouch either, though. And Pete Thorne does a pretty good job, too. All you guys do a pretty good job, too.
We got drama between DeBrildo and Kurt.
DeBrildo? You mean Pops? I don't even see Ed. Edvis. Where's Edvis? What? Isn't that the DeBrildo? What are you talking about, Lewis? No, you sent me on a tirade. Cucumber. Dollar dollar. Ingve 2.
Well, you missed it. It says
I'll see the light tonight.
I don't know that one.
Ed D got mad at Quentin's Facebook post about Ozzy.
Oh.
Well, you know how Q likes to stir up shit by putting his foot in his mouth.
He's also heavily medicated over the last 72 hours. So
Thought he was
that.
heavily medicated anyway.
Generally speaking, but especially extra heavy medicated.
Don't mix Viagra and metformin, kids.
Right, he takes diabetes pills and his blood sugar's still fucking 300.
Yeah, right. You throw some opioids on top of that and a little boner pill. Next thing you know.
Hey, Quentin, you want me to teach you how to lower your fucking blood sugar?
He's going to have to undercook his steak and he ain't going to do it.
Drink a 12-pack of Mountain Dew.
Cut the carbs, bro. Cut the carbs.
No more potatoes or bread. Fuck you, rice and pasta too.
No more Kentucky Fried.
Now, does that count,
chicken.
Randy? Can you have fried chicken or does the breading count as fucking carbs?
Breading's carbs, bro.
So you have to have like fucking Kenny Rogers roasted style chicken.
I don't eat a lot of chicken any fucking way. There's not enough fat in chicken to keep you satiated, so you
ever
have to
had
eat
nice
a
greasy
fuckload
chicken
of it.
thigh or drumstick? I mean, drumsticks are pretty good for. If you
Dude,
get a
I'm
good
from
big-
Georgia.
I know.
Of course I've fucking had fried greasy chicken. I grew up on it.
So I mean, you can't really say it doesn't have enough fat in it. I mean, if we're talking about the chicken breast burger, it's
You're
fucking-
talking, yeah, but what you're
that's
talking about for fat is fucking seed oil trans fat, dude. That's
if
not the.
What was
it-
beef tallow?
It still doesn't. It's not enough.
Too much breading? All right.
There's not enough.
Outside.
It's
So
still
just put
on
it
the
on a
outside.
stick, throw
It's
it on
not,
a fire, and roll it around for a couple hours. and
It's
you're
not the fat that's in the meat. There's not enough fat. Chicken's lean. Chicken's lean. Period.
good. Okay, how about a pork shoulder on a stick? over
There's
a fire?
enough. There's usually enough fat in those. I eat a lot of pork actually.
Okay, what about, of course, the beef? Fucking barrel of beef on a
I eat a
log spinning around.
I eat a fuck
Fish?
ton of
You,
beef.
you don't eat no fish, do you?
Yeah, I eat a lot of fish
you?
actually.
What's your favorite kind of fish to like
There's a lot. I eat a lot of tuna,
Freshwater? Saltwater?
tuna steaks.
Yeah.
It's mainly saltwater. I don't eat a lot of like catfish and shit.
Well, I mean, up here we have trouts. The salmon is kind of both, so that's a.
Yeah, I eat
Fuck
salmon,
salmon.
herring.
Settle down, Jimmy.
I eat a lot of
Halibut.
fish.
Halibut's the best, but it's more
Halibut's
expensive than tuna.
awesome.
It's ridiculous.
But it's good.
It is good.
It's the best.
I like some smoked herring. There's a lot of fat in herring.
What about the small fishes, like the sardines and the...
There's a lot of fat in those, but I don't really like sardines.
I mean, as far as bomb shelter food goes, right? You get the cans of sardines, you get the pickled herring, you got the holy mackerels.
I started with carnivore, Sammy. I really do what they call ketovore. It's primarily carnivore, but there's some other shit that I throw in there that's not typical
Cheese?
carnivore. Yeah,
When was the last time you had
I don't. Today, I don't fuck around with that American cheese shit.
Nice sharp cheddar. Or
Processed.
Yeah, get a good block of sharp
Gorgonzola.
cheddar, sharp cheddar, or try to get it the block cheese. Instead of
I'm a
fucking
fan of the smoked Goudas, too. If we're
government
doing cheese on
cheese.
crackers, the smoked Goudas, nice.
Green
Gruyere.
government cheese.
Monterey Jack, pepper jack.
Oh,
fucking-
jalapeno. You start getting into jalapenos and habaneros, mixing it in there with the jack, and yeah.
Yeah, well, some people that do carnivore or keto don't fuck with any kind of nightshades, and I'm like, I put hot sauce on everything.
Now, given the same price for a bag of shredded cheese versus a block of cheese, are you going to buy the shredded cheese or are you going to buy the block of cheese?
I'm gonna buy the block.
Yeah, man. Because the shredded cheese has a cornstarch coating to keep it from sticking to itself, and it ain't
Right.
going to melt right, and you ain't going to get a good browning on that. There's a little pro tip for y'all. Kurt, you watching? Yeah, he is.
Tofu.
From under cheese? No, that's not a cooking cheese.
But it browns right up, though.
I mean, it's crusty.
Smells like Lindbergh.
That's like the blue cheese. Ooh, Jesus, ooh.
Blue cheese is god awful.
It's nasty. That's too far. I'm all for an old style cheddar, but I ain't going.
Yeah, I try to stay away from fucking soy and shit like that too.
I use soy sauce on my rice. That's about as close as I get to soy. Probably.
Well, I don't eat rice anymore, so.
See, big carb. That's another big. I have a hard time with
Well,
that.
you get-
'Cause I
well,
love
you-
me the rice. I love me
well,
the
you-
pasta. I love me the potatoes, the French fries and gravy. The fucking. I mean, yeah.
Well, you've got to look at your difference between simple carbs and complex carbs and which ones spike your blood sugar.
Sugars and, you know,
Which one turns to sugar immediately and which one takes a long time to fucking
you can
turn to
process
sugar.
it and turn it off. Or, yeah.
You know. When I
see-
first started trying to kill the spikes at night, I went through the first couple months what they call dawn phenomenon, where your sugar spikes when you get up. And the way I started beating that was I would eat a couple handfuls of macadamia nuts or roasted pistachios about 30 minutes before I went to sleep. So I'd have something in the old digestive system, you know, and those things, I mean, they've got protein, they've got fat. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
And they take a while to digest.
Yeah, it's more complex.
Whereas
than a
something
simple
like
starch.
cashews are fucking, as much as I love cashews, they're fucking terrible for you.
Well, technically, they are poison until you roast them. Same with almonds, right? And that's where I don't get the whole almond milk thing. I mean,
You're still an asshole, Scott. Don't kid yourself. Just like I am too.
Well,
See, I don't eat
oat
any
milk,
pasta
almond
anymore.
milk. Don't drink that shit. People don't drink that stuff.
it's not a natural.
I don't even
It's
fucking-
bad for you.
I don't even drink milk anymore. I mean,
Right, milk is for babies. When you grow up, you drink
Yeah.
beer.
basically, I mean, that's why the overwhelming majority of the population's fucking lactose intolerant, because you're supposed to be.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's for babies. Few months. That's it.
Most people are supposed to develop a lactose intolerance by about age 11. So,
Well, I do like a good splash of cream in my coffee. I will
I've-
never give up eating cheese, and ice cream
I
is
put-
probably my biggest way of consuming any
I
kind of
put
dairy.
fucking straight up, you know, fucking heavy, the super heavy whipping cream in coffee.
But it's
40%.
probably been 30 years since I drank a glass of milk.
Yeah, I quit
I
drinking
can't
milk.
stand milk.
I love milk. Not that skim bullshit.
No.
Home
I can't even drink the whole
homogenized,
stuff.
3.25%, 4%. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get some, you get some good
Whole
fucking
milk.
cream on top, fucking non-fucking homoed milk from the farmer's market, that shit's pretty fucking good. But
Well, see, here's the opposite where Earl's gone to a no animal protein diet. That would be tough, too. I mean, given the choice of no more French fries or no more burgers, even if they were just wrapped on
and
a
see,
couple pieces of cheese.
I'll argue that whole no animal protein shit for cancer. You know, I don't know. I don't buy into the whole fucking vegan, vegetarian, whatever for a cancer thing. You know, I don't. Pretty much any of this like mainstream fucking illness treatment plans they come up with diet and shit. I mean, the more you actually do independent research on it, and you know, everybody's body's different. Everybody reacts differently to different shit. So if it works for you, great.
Right. Technically, we're all omnivores, some more than others, leaning to different sides of things.
I mean, the thing is cancer cells thrive on glucose. You know, cancer's got to have oxygen and it's got to have sugar to thrive.
The human body's a pretty good place for both, I would think.
Right. And, you know, you can get stupid about it and go, you know, well, even if you eat all fucking meat, there's glycogen in it and blah, 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 blah. It's not the same. And, you know, and they say some people that they kill carbs and sugar when they get a cancer diagnosis that, well, then the cancer just starts pulling glucose and glycogen out of your muscles and shit. And I don't know. You see it both ways, and it's just kind of like, okay.
Again, you got to look back at thousands of years of evolution and think that, you know, we've gotten to this place by eating all of this variety of stuff. Again, some more this way, some more that way. But
right. I mean,
generally speaking,
at the end of the day, look at the
should be able to
ingredients
figure it
in your food. If there's a bunch of shit in there you can't pronounce, it's not really fucking food.
Anything that hasn't been around for more than, should we say 75 years? I was going to say 50, but then maybe 100, but yeah, 75 years. Since 1950? Was that the end of the true, you know, when they started promoting bacon and eggs for breakfast? And have a camel before you have breakfast, because 9 out of 10 doctors recommend camels for your best cigarette.
Yeah, and Scotty's right. I mean, there's microplastics and fucking
I don't even
everything.
want to think about microplastics because they're micro and they're small and I don't care.
Well,
Yeah.
at that
Right.
point, nanoplastic.
Yep. Joe, you're right. There's a place right down the street from my job, a farm. And it sucks because their shit's expensive.
But once you have
But
it,
once
can't
you
go
fucking
back.
buy their meat or their eggs or whatever, it's just like, you know, you can crack a grocery store jumbo egg and, you know, lightly hitting it. And these fucking farm raised eggs that are twice the
give it a
size,
crack.
you got to knock the shit out of them to get them to crack.
Yeah.
And the yolk's thicker.
Yeah, big golden yolk. I can tell as soon as I crack the egg how good it is.
Yeah, the yolk's usually more orange than yellow. And
If I'm fishing for floaties, it's not.
I still want to fucking eat me an ostrich egg. I need to go up to the farmer's
Really?
market and
I got
fucking get
no
me an ostrich
fucking
egg.
desire for that whatsoever.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
I'd rather have half a dozen chicken eggs from the free range farm down the street.
Well, I think there's like 16 chicken eggs worth of yolk in an ostrich egg. They're like the size of a big fucking. They're like the size of a fucking cantaloupe almost.
my death row fucking meal is going to be a T-bone steak, a porterhouse, with 4 or 5 eggs on top. You know, a fucking big old French. Yeah. Steak and eggs is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world.
And see, Scott, veggies just fucking destroy my digestive system. I'm cutting out carbs and vegetables and shit has cured so much of my fucking digestive problems.
Now, do you take a supplement for any kind of vitamins?
No, I don't take no supplements.
Because the cow eats the broccoli.
That's what
and then
everyone
you eat the
everyone
cow,
fucking
and
goes,
you
oh,
get
you
the
don't
cow
have
and the
vitamin
broccoli."
C, you're gonna get scurvy.
No. You might want to keep a lemon around or have some orange juice. I'm sure you have orange Gatorade once in a while, right? That'll cool.
No, I don't drink Gatorade. That's shit too.
Powerade?
Shit too.
Red Bull, no problem. Okay, well,
Preference.
Powerade, Gatorade, and it's shit. And, you know, these fucking things aren't good for you either, but no, there's other ways to get vitamin C from fucking natural shit than eating fucking fruits. The problem is like on a diabetic diet, they tell you to eat fresh fruit and vegetables. Well, almost every fucking fruit is at least
high
in
in
the
sugar.
at least in the mid tier on the glycemic index. I think watermelon's actually higher on the glycemic index than fucking pineapple. Watermelon's like 80 on the glycemic index. It's like instant fucking blood sugar spike.
Start looking through the index. Well, I can have some celery. For fuck's sakes, why bother? At that point, just have a drumstick. A drumstick!
Yeah, there you go, Earl.
And it's a cheat day, so we're going to fucking bread it and deep fry it.
Yep.
You know what? I'll pay the price. I don't care if it costs me 10 years in the end. I'm going to eat fucking prime rib, fried chicken, and Chinese food till the day I die.
Yeah, them fuckers, they'll tell you, eat fucking whole grains, a bunch of fruit, all this shit.
I do eat the grains. I mean, I go for the ancient grains with my bread, and it's got the fucking all the seeds and bits and shit and stuff.
Yeah. See, Scott knows, man. He's diabetic. They want you to eat all this fucking shit that's like the exact opposite of what a diabetic should eat.
Right.
When you're insulin resistant, you've got to eat shit to train your body to become back to fucking normal. And the sooner you do it, the better. The problem is most people in society now, they go to a doctor. The doctor goes, oh, you got type 2 diabetes. Take these fucking pills. And it's a fix-all. Change your diet and eat this bullshit that's going to fuck you up just as bad as what you're eating. But now you're taking these pills.
And go for some lab work in 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll report back to see if it's working.
So far, I'm enjoying my journey being this way. I mean, I've been doing it since November, and I've lost.
It's definitely working for you, man.
I'm at 72 pounds down. So.
And your stats are in line with
Oh,
where
all
they
my
should
blood
be.
work's fucking normal.
Yeah. And didn't have to take the...
I've had high liver enzymes and proteins. I've been told for years I've had fatty liver since I was like 27. All my liver shit's normal. And, you know, the doctor goes, well, I got to check your kidney function if all you're eating is this bullshit. But I'm like, no, they're working, and they get the fucking, was it the EGFR or whatever the fuck your kidney, it's like 128. I'm like, yeah, they're functioning. They're fine. You know, my triglycerides are down in the 50s. You know, you do the research on cholesterol. I don't know how the fuck we ended up on a guitar show talking about this dumb shit, but
Indeed.
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the cue to wrap this fucker up.
yeah, right, Scott. I've seen more people get biopsies that cause their shit to fucking just boom.
Cancer seeding.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Quentin.
You know, I'll go and I'll go put my tinfoil hat on, and I'll just run down there to the feed store and grab me some ivermectin and fucking what's the other
Apple flavored horse paste.
what's the other well, that's what's fucked up about this, right?
Put a little
It's-
pinch between your cheek and gum.
As soon as you mention ivermectin and cancer, everyone goes, oh, you're wearing a tinfoil hat, you're fucking a horse. It's on the CDC's website. The CDC has done multiple fucking hundreds of studies on ivermectin and cancer cells, and ivermectin, they've proved it. It's on the CDC's website. You can go read it for yourself. Ivermectin fucking kills cancer cells. Most of them. And then there's the other shit, not methylene blue, which a lot of research on that I've read about. There's another, I can't remember the other fucking
Menbendazole.
fenbendazole.
I mean, there's not much difference between the two.
They work differently in how they starve cancer cells from oxygen. And that's why so many, you get all these people taking them as a combo. And then the fucking methylene blue supposedly like supercharges your fucking mitochondria and shit. It's crazy. But I mean, it's all public knowledge. I mean, you can go fucking look it up on the seat. The same people that are telling you not to fucking take it have it on their website that tells you that it works.
It's horse warmer. Thanks, CNN.
You know, and don't
Fuck it.
any kind of natural shit. Don't fuck with that neither. That's not gonna work. We need you to spend money on pharma. But yeah, I'm gonna take my tinfoil hat off. We're fucking getting in off the deep end. So, yep, bam. There you go, Tom. Tom knows. So, exactly. Fuck the media. I don't give a shit about your politics and who you hate. It's all everybody. None of them give a damn about you.
Exactly. At the end of the day, I think Metallica said it best. When you say,
Fight fire with fire.
kill them all.
Fuck it
Let
all.
God sort
fucking
'em
no
out.
regrets. I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or dream.
Nope, kill them all. Let God sort them out.
Well, Kurt says soapbox. Yeah, that's me tonight. Soapbox Price. I haven't been here for the last couple shows, so. But no, dude. I mean, fuck. I've had people argue with me that what I'm doing's wrong and doesn't fucking work, and I'm like, well, here's my blood work that says otherwise. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And those people probably aren't doing anything
Nope.
except eating the same old fucking crapola.
Yeah, keep fucking stuffing your fucking Pop Tarts and donuts and fucking food
I don't
dyed
know why
cereal
I've got
in your
heartburn
face.
as I'm cramming a fucking Krispy Kreme in my face and drinking.
Dude, I've suffered with GERD since I was a teenager. You know, I took I prescribed. Like, that was pretty nice, though. I didn't have to pay the over-the-counter prices on Prilosec. I had the prescription shit, so I got 60 of them for $3 instead of fucking 14 of them for $30. But I had to take 2 of those fuckers a day. And not no more.
There you go.
Pretty awesome. And I've got a hiatal hernia, and when I first found that out was when I was like 19 or 20 and thought I was having a fucking heart attack, and my mom took me to the ER, and they're in there fucking drawing blood, got electrodes hooked to me and
Got the
shit.
leeches going.
They're watching the fucking screen. They're prepping the ultrasound for an ECG, an echo or whatever, real quick. And then this bitch comes in there with this fucking glass of fucking chalky shit. Goes, drink this, real quick. Just drink this. And I drank it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I feel great now. They're like, yeah, you're not having a fucking heart attack. You've got GERD. You've got a fucking hiatal hernia. Then I had to go do a barium swallow so they could see it on the X-ray.
Fuck that shit.
You need to take 2 of these a fucking day. And I have for fucking ever. And there's no telling what kind of bad shit those fucking pills have done to me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, if you can't tell, then that's not necessarily a bad thing.
yeah, I don't know. You know, like I said, I've had people in my corner going, that's great. And I've had people tell me that I'm a retard. So I'm one or the other. But right now I feel like what's going on is working for me. And all my doctor's results and physicals and
Yep.
blood work and shit's been fucking, has proved me right so far. So we'll see.
The cuter the critter, the sweeter the meat.
I thought you were going to say the tighter the shit.
And that's why we don't eat catfish, because they're fucking ugly. Jesus, who could eat a catfish?
I've eaten-
just blacken it. Yeah, you put enough pepper on anything. It's
Fuck
gonna
no,
taste
you
great.
fry those motherfuckers up.
Oh, Jesus. Halibut. I thought we
After
agreed
you
that
soak 'em
halibut
for
was the best.
A week in fresh water so they don't taste.
Ever have a swordfish? They're
Mud.
pretty tasty.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're gonna wrap her up. Gonna
Swordfish.
thank everybody for being here tonight in the chat with the Guitarsenal. 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Ozzy. God
Cucumber
bless
says-
Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, he'll
If you sit in a
forever be
room-
looking over my
Sit in a
shoulder.
room full of Charvels will bring down your cholesterol.
Well, that's why we're going to parts bills now.
Cheers, everybody. Let's do it again next week. Next coming up show, of course, will be Thursday for the Trans Tram Thursday, or otherwise diverted kind of a thing. But most of us will see you again.
Bye.
God bless Ozzy Osbourne.
What are we do? We're gonna do one of these.
I'm the prince.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Fuck's sake.
What an ending.